Hi everyone, Rahe here with ENDREA Consulting once again. As I mentioned last time, I'm trying to bring in some more experts on a few different topics to give you as much information as I possibly can. So today I'm sitting here with Rich with CBIZ. Thank you so much for being here, Rich. If you could real quick just give them a quick little synopsis of who you are and what you're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, thanks, Tara. Again, my name is Rich Scanland. I work for a company called CBIZ. We're an accounting firm. Actually, what I call ourselves is a full-service accounting firm. We focus on tax, audit, and what I would say other business-type services for small and medium-sized businesses.
Well, wonderful, wonderful. So this is, I know, a very broad topic, a very broad conversation, and we could probably talk about lots of things for hours. So yes. I don't want to dig too deep into too much information, just give a little bit more high level of stuff, and then obviously if people have questions, we'll make sure that they have your information to reach out to
Absolutely.
you. So,
absolutely, sounds good.
So I know we'll start off right off the bat is there's been a lot of changes with the new tax laws.
Right.
And that's really affecting small, medium businesses as one of the biggest people that are being affected. So what do you see are some of the main things that small, medium businesses should be watching out for with that?
Well, there's a couple of things, and without getting into too deep of tax law here, there are certainly some things that both small and medium-sized businesses should be looking out for. There are a tremendous amount of deductions now that are out there that the IRS had made available last year that went into effect this year. There are different tax brackets now that business owners can fall into, and actually they've lowered those tax brackets, so they fall into a lesser bracket now at this point. So there's a tremendous amount of advantages out there that were not available before that are now available. And one of those, you may have heard the term TCJA, Tax Cuts and Job Acts. That is basically the IRS, again, kind of taxing business owners a little differently this year, and they're really looking at that on how the business is structured. So if you feel like your business could stand a look at how they're structured, whether it be set up through an S Corp or a C Corp, typically what we see is there's tremendous amount of tax advantages for those that are set up with an LLC or set up as an LLP. And that's typically where we try to guide our clients to look at because of the tax advantages that are out there.
So is that now I registered myself as an LLC from the beginning just because I wasn't sure where the business was going to go.
Right.
So have you seen that a lot of the changes with the tax law has changed that look now? Like I know you and I've talked about a lot of companies starters thought S Corp was the way to go.
Right.
Do you think the new tax law has adjusted that thought process, or has it always kind of been that that an LLC might be better for deductions?
Yeah, if you're set up as an LLC right now, you're pretty safe, although there's still some deductions out there that you can take advantage of. Mm-hmm. If you're not set up as an LLC, LLP, basically a pass-through entity is what it's called, then you really should take a look at either restructuring or taking a look at whether it does make sense from a tax standpoint to set up your entity in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, you would hope that your tax accountant and stuff would know these things and would be aware of that. Is there stuff that small, medium business should look out for when they're talking to their accountant, things that buzzwords they should be paying attention that their accountant knows?
Yeah, definitely they should ask questions around the new Tax and Jobs Act. Definitely talk about any entity structure like we talked about, but just deductions and where they fall from a percentage standpoint. Typically what we do is we will look at tax returns prepared by other firms and try to find out what are some of the ways maybe they're losing out, whether they're losing out on liability or losing out on deductions. We always like to take a look, kind of a free review, if you will, just to see. So I think it makes sense for business owners to have someone, whether it be an attorney or an accountant, just take a look to see how it is structured to make sure that they are taking full advantage of these new laws that are in place.
Mm-hmm. And if, as the year goes on and stuff, not just during tax time, obviously you should be paying attention to this stuff all throughout the year. Is there things that you should check in with your accountant about, where am I sitting? Should I go and buy a brand new laptop or something like that? Is there things that, as the year's going on that they should kind of keep an eye out for?
Yeah, absolutely. Think about it too. I mean, again, one of the ways that an accounting firm can provide value to their client is with tax advisory. Most firms can prepare tax returns, that's what they do, but a lot of them do not provide advisory work. If you don't have a firm, look for a firm that provides advisory work, because those are the folks that can help business owners understand, is there some deductions I can take advantage of, or how do I plan for year end going into the new year, or what do these new tax laws, how do these new tax laws affect me just overall, not so much structure wise, but just overall. So yeah, it is a good idea to take what I would call a temperature check throughout the year, just to see how things are being, how things look for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I know those quarterly tax times come up too, so it's always good to check in
Stay on
around
top
it.
of it, absolutely.
Yes. So is there any other main, I mean, I know we don't want to deep dive into anything because every business is different, every situation is going to be different, but is there any high level main tip that you want to make sure that all small businesses prepare and think about?
Yeah, so, kind of like going to the doctor. You go to the doctor only when you're sick. Really what you should do is see your doctor on a regular basis. So what I would advise is talk to your accountant on a regular basis. Make sure that those tax advantages are being taken care of, making sure that those deductions are being put in place, and if there's any higher expenditures that might take place throughout the year, how can you take advantage of those as well? So I think it helps to kind of check in every now and then. Be proactive.
I agree, because that's way out of my expertise, so that's why I go to you guys and call you up to find out all that information. So
happy to help out.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate the quick conversation and talking a little bit about what we need to be watching for. So big note to everybody, talk to your accountant and make sure to pay attention to the new laws that are out there.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much, and I hope you guys got something out of this. And like I mentioned last time, if there's a subject you want to learn more about, please let me know, and I will bring in an expert. Thanks so much, Rich.
Thanks, Tara.